This is my Divine Principle book. Today we're moving on to section 5, and we're going to talk about the growing period of the creation. The Bible says that when God created something, there was evening, there was morning, the first day. There was evening, there was morning, the second day. So evening through morning is night. It is not a day, because that is the time in the nighttime when something is growing to its perfection. This shows that it takes some passage of time for things to be perfected, and the Bible is hinting at the fact that it does take some time for things to be perfected. God doesn't go poof and something is in its already mature state. It takes some time to grow. Like everything that you see, there are 3 stages. And why does it happen in the night? So morning is the time that God can behold something in its perfected state. That's when it's ripe enough to be presented to God, perfection to perfection. It in its perfection can come and be with God the way that God intended to see it when God envisioned it. But before then, it is out of the light of perfection. So it's sort of like it's in its nighttime, it's in its growth period. Corresponding to that, the human spirit has 3 stages of growth, and we are not in a direct relationship with God. We are not in the sunlight of God's presence fully until we are fully matured. So in the nighttime of our growing time, there are 3 stages. There is the formation stage, there is the growth stage, and there is the perfection stage. The best way to understand the formation stage, the growth stage, and perfection stage is if you have ever tried to learn a new skill. You go through a formation stage, a growth stage, and a perfection stage. The formation stage is where you learn the basics. The growth stage is where you add a little bit of your own personality, and the perfection stage is where you perfectly weave your own signature seamlessly into whatever you're doing, and you master it. Everything that you do with that new skill, almost like a work of art. It becomes a part of you. In terms of spiritual growth, we have to learn to be junior gods. We have to learn to love perfectly as God does, and in order to do that, we have to go through 3 stages of growth. The first stage of growth is our integrity. We have to go through a stage called justification based on our deeds. It's just we say it and we're going to do it, and that's the formation. That's the basic. There's no attitude about it. It's you said this and you got to do it, right? If you're going to be justified in your formation stage, everybody goes through that. There's no special signature there. You say it and you do it, right? And then growth stage is where you grow your personality, especially in relationship to other human beings, learning to love them, work together with them. They've got a different skill set, different level of integrity, different way that their integrity shines out, and we're growing. It's in our personality, but it is not the perfection stage. It is not us becoming perfect lords yet. And then that 3rd stage is really learning the final basics of how I am going to reflect the fullness of God and His lordship, take responsibility for the creation, take responsibility for the entire kingdom of heaven, really, understand everything about what's going on in the cosmos, and still have my personal personality intact, so that I can be a unique manifestation, a unique expression of perfection, and stand in front of God. We'll learn later that human beings never made it to the perfection stage, that Adam and Eve fell before they even developed the mind of lordship. We say they fell at the top of the growth stage. All right, like, share, subscribe. Talk to you later.